Hey guys, welcome to the Japanese Mobility Show here in Tokyo, and this has been quite the show, Tommy. And in this video, we're going to do a complete walk around of the entire show, show you everything that's here. And we've been going to a lot of shows, and since COVID, there has not been that many new reveals here. Oh my God, so many stunning cars. We're going to blow your mind with the Mazda. We're going to show you a new old Honda that you won't believe, and we're going to show you an electric pickup from Toyota. But let's start with this, Tommy. What's that?
Well, this is the Toyota FTSE Concept, which is not a good name, but this is a vehicle that could preview an upcoming electric MR2. So this appears to be a low-slung sports car, kind of in the same realm of an MR2. And Dad, it doesn't look that far away from a potential production. It's got realistic sized wheels, no weird fins or gills. This is a really exciting car.
Yeah, so for the longest time, of course, Toyota has been taking a lot of flack from the EV world for not actually having a lot of EVs, right? They've had a lot of hybrids, but not a lot of EVs. Well, that all changed as of today because Toyota rolled out, well, look at this. I mean, there's, I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot.
There are a ton of fully electric vehicles at the Toyota booth, and really Japan as a whole industry has really been lacking behind the EV revolution. Currently in Japan, EVs only make up about 1.7% of the total market share in Japan, but they are coming in hot and heavy with new electric reveals here in Japan, including this. This is the Toyota Land Cruiser SE. This is a concept from Toyota, which is a little sacrilege in my opinion to the Land Cruiser name, Dad, but it's a fully electric, battery electric vehicle.
Probably the most surprising thing here, though, is right there. It's called the Toyota EPU, which, think about it, electric pickup. It was designed in California at the Calty Studios, and this is, well, a Rivian competitor. What would you say?
Maverick competitor? It's kind of small.
Well, it's electric, dude. It's battery electric.
Yeah.
Maverick is, a hybrid at best.
But Dad, here's the story with this.
Right.
This is a unibody truck
Yep.
with a fold-down midgate, just like the Silverado EV. You gonna open up the door?
No, it's closed.
Yeah.
I don't want to open it up.
Yeah, don't open it up.
It's a concept, but what's interesting about this one is it's the only one that's left-hand drive. So this looks very America-friendly, Tommy.
It sure does, Dad. Yeah, I really like this design a lot. It's very cohesive, I would say. For example, you've got the black roof with this kind of really interesting C-pillar design.
Yeah, take a peek in that. So on the inside, it's got, of course, a steering device best used for an airplane, a yoke.
Yeah, I hate the yoke.
Yeah, get rid of the yoke, guys.
But
please, don't put it on a truck.
Big screens, that right there is your transmission selector, and it appears it has a front trunk as well, so I think that lid opens up and allows you to put stuff in the front, but it's a handsome little truck.
Yeah.
It's not too roundy, roly-poly, screams electric. It's just a good-looking, solid little unit.
Now, I don't know what this is, Tommy, but Toyota has gone not just electric with their cars, but it looks like a massive electric side-by-side.
I don't know what the heck that is.
I don't know.
That is pretty out there.
There are some things out here that are a little, shall we say, off the wall, Tommy, but this is not one of them. So let's keep going. We've got a lot more to show you. This is going to be...
What do you think of the electric Land Cruiser?
Yeah, I like the one that's over there better. Let me show you that one.
Oh, the actual off-road one?
Yeah, the one that's kind of a mustard yellow.
That's the launch edition, Dad, of the new 250 series Land Cruiser.
Well, let's give them a walk around. Let's show them.
Yeah, so Toyota has brought back the Land Cruiser for 2024, and we've got tons of videos over at all TFL on this vehicle. But what's interesting about this particular one is it's got a yoke and it doesn't have pedals.
What is up with the yoke, and why are there no pedals?
I don't know what they're...
It's got little like...
little hand grips for...
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. You don't have to touch that. I got it.
Okay.
We've been getting in a lot of trouble at this show.
Yeah, we never know if we can go in or if we can't go in. In America, you can always go inside a car. That's kind of the fun of it, right? Because people get to go and sit in them and try them out. Here, these are much more, I don't know, what would you call them? Hands
down.
off.
Yeah, hands off.
Yeah, so we don't know what the rules are.
But this new Land Cruiser is powered by the 2.4-liter hybrid system. It's a true off-roader with a standard locking diff, tows 6,000 pounds, retro design here. I think this is the first edition. This one has the round headlights. You can get it with the square, the egg crate grille, and it starts at $55,000, Dad.
You know what? Let's head on over to something they haven't seen, and we're going to show you the star of the show next, because this one is hard to believe that Mazda snuck out of nowhere with this car. Now, we were expecting an electric Miata, right? That was kind of the rumor that they were going to do the next Miata, but instead, they came out with something completely different. Now, guys, we're doing a walk around. If you do want to check out a much more up close and in-depth video of these cars, we've done a bunch of videos on all these cars. And where are they, Tommy?
All TFL.com is where you can find them from all the channels.
Yeah.
So Mazda was teasing us for a number of days now with what we thought would be a new electrified Miata, you know, and we see Miatas throughout the stand, but what they launched instead.
Oh my God, this is incredible, Tommy.
Something truly kind of breathtaking.
Yeah.
So this is the Mazda Iconic SP concept, but this is the return of a rotary powered sports car to the Mazda lineup.
So it's a hybrid. So it's got a dual rotor engine. Oh, look at that. Look at the way doors open. Like I was saying, a dual rotor engine that doesn't necessarily power the wheels. What does it do?
Well, it charges up a battery, so it's a generator, which is kind of like, not sure how cool that is, but the fact that it does have a rotary is fantastic. Mazda said that the low-profile, small dimensions of the rotary allowed them to give it that beautiful sloping front end. And if you're listening to the podcast, we're looking at a Mazda that kind of looks like a Ferrari Roma got with an FDRX7, and there's a little bit of Corvette in the rear end, which you'll see.
It had an incredible love child. You know, I don't really care what powers it, Tommy. I just say build it because it is so gorgeous. I mean, the doors, the wheels,
the doors hinge
taillights.
up. It's kind of like an Aston Martin, almost swan-style door.
Look at those taillights, Tommy. Look how beautiful those are.
Yep, so we're coming...
Kind of like a figure 8 almost, right?
Coming around to the rear of the car, you can see what the back end has to offer. No, I mean, it's gorgeous, and it really has been the star of the show.
What do you think those like dual red slashes are at the bottom?
I think that's potentially a brake light there, Dad.
Could be, because you're going to see that again used in a very different context when we get to Honda and show you what they have surprised us with.
Now, here's the thing, though, right? Mazda's been teasing with us with a rotary replacement to the RX-8s now for, I don't know, 2 decades. So I'm kind of hesitant to say that this is going to make it into production, but it sure would be cool if it did.
Can we walk around here, maybe take a peek inside? Can we show them a little bit of an inside shot of that thing? I love the blue interior, actually. Oh, there goes the door.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
The electric doors, I'm not sure would make it to the final.
Yeah, and those mirrors never make it into production, right? Those little
camera
mirrors. I actually don't love those, but obviously it's a concept car. You can see by how those wheel wells are filled up by those giant slicks. I love the, I think the Brits call them bottle cars. In other words, Coke bottle cars. You know, that classic, very feminine structural design. Beautiful car though, but by far, yeah, the star of the show. And it's not Crystal Soul metallic.
No, it's got some funny name like Valio Red. I forgot the name.
Jupiter?
No, it starts with a V. I'm very jet lagged.
Yeah,
we do have the horsepower number, 365 horsepower. It weighs 3,200 pounds, so it should be pretty darn quick. I'm probably thinking 4 or 5 seconds to 60. Very, very attractive vehicle.
I'm a little scared that Mazda will never build it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, Dad. I mean, we've had concepts of rotary-powered sports cars for so long.
Yeah, so let's keep walking. We're going to walk across to the other hall and show you some pretty cool motorcycles, actually, believe it or not. There's motorcycles. Now, I'm kind of torn about Subaru. They don't give us cars to review, so I never really want to highlight them very much. Where are you going?
We're going to go to Honda.
It's this way, Tommy.
What about Daihatsu?
We're going to go make a big square. We'll come back. Don't worry.
Well,
I have a plan.
I think that the...
Let me finish what I was saying
Well,
before.
I think that the Subaru concept...
Look, they built an airplane, Tommy. Subaru built basically a drone and put their...
Yeah, but look at this cool concept car in front of the drone.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
No, come on. Just because they don't give us cars doesn't mean we shouldn't profile them.
Compare that to the Mazda.
Well, it's
Look
cool.
At that. Looks like that was styled by a 12-year-old.
I love it.
Oh, no.
That is a cool design,
Oh,
Dad.
no. I'm sorry.
Come on. Look at you got those cool, like, running lights in the grill there. You got that fantastic
I think
rally
that thing's
blue.
made of wood.
It's not made of wood. It's carbon fiber.
Hey, come on. Hold on. Before you go that way, I got to show them something that is certainly important to our viewers. Now, this has come out a while ago, but we do have the EQG, Tommy, the electric G-Wagon here. This is the first time we've actually had like close-up, hands-on with it, so let's just show it to them. Mercedes unveiled this a while ago, but it's cool that it's here in Tokyo.
Yeah, don't love it, Dad.
Don't love it?
Why do we have a G-Wagon on racing slicks?
Yeah, that is weird.
And then you got this thing in the back. So G-Wagon had the spare tire mounted to the gate, except they got rid of the spare tire and put a square glove box on the rear gate. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it looks like a dog purse.
You don't love it. So, yeah, not hot on the slicks. I mean, maybe it'll have the same capability.
What's the thing on the roof? Is that like a modern version of a roof rack?
Yeah, it's got a really cool roof rack. I do like the roof rack, but not super
Do you like
hot.
the lit up stripes on the side of the
That's
of the
also
G?
very cool.
Yeah.
But not a big fan of the EQG.
All right, well,
No.
let's keep going and see what there is to see. Now, next up is Kawasaki, Tommy.
Well, we got to cross the hall first, and if you're listening, we are in this properly enormous convention center. I think it's called Tokyo Big Sight.
Yeah, a couple observations, right? First of all, I've never seen so many, and I'm doing air quotes, press people at basically a press day at an auto show. I mean, there's something like 5,000 people here. This is like Chicago at its busiest. So either there's a boat ton of Japanese automotive press, or there's just a lot of people coming to the show pretending to be automotive press,
Well,
or both.
Not to, make any assumptions, but there was a gal in a wheelchair with a breathing tube who was probably 900 years old with a press pass that was kind of wheeling herself around earlier today. I do wonder, maybe she's really popular among the old folks community in Japan with her car reviews, but that was a bit of a head scratcher.
Well, Japan does have an aging population, so she could have a very popular YouTube channel or podcast or Instagram or whatever Japan is currently using at its hottest. Now, we are going from the East Hall to the East Hall, the other side.
To the other East Hall.
The other East Hall. There's 6 halls here. We've actually walked to all of them. Guess what? I'm over 25,000 steps today, Tommy.
That's pretty darn good, Dad.
Yeah, considering I'm jet lagged. So this is cool. Over here is Kawasaki, and they really unveiled one of those bikes a while ago, but it's the first Japanese manufacturer to actually have an electric motorcycle, and get this, a hybrid. So let's show them both of those, huh?
Yeah, so they're fully embracing electrification here at Kawasaki Motorcycles. And the first one is the Ninja EV. The Ninja now has turned 40 years old, and this is a fully electric, production-ready Ninja bike.
They're definitely building this for sure.
Now, it looks really fast, but you said it's not that fast.
Yeah, so you see the gas tank? There are 2 1.5 kilowatt hour batteries in there for a total of 3 kilowatts. It's got a top speed of about 80K and a range of about 50K, which isn't huge. So basically, it's kind of a glorified electric bicycle that looks like a motorcycle.
50 kilometers of range is like 35 miles.
Yeah, it's not huge.
It's not huge, but
No.
this is huge. So
Yeah.
this is the Ninja 7 Hybrid. And this is a cool bike. So it's a 451cc 2-cylinder motorcycle. And Kawasaki says it has the fuel economy of a 250 with the power of a 1000cc liter bike. It's got 3 drive modes. It's got a 6-speed electronically selectable transmission, no clutch lever. And I think it looks great. I know that there's been a push toward making these super bikes more clean, more efficient, and this hybrid is now a way to do that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a plug-in hybrid motorcycle. Won't that be cool? But let me show you my favorite bike here. Is this one right here, this retro bike. This is just a beautiful bike. It's a 200cc. It's called actually 230, W230. Look at this. Now, that is a cool bike.
Yeah, what you're looking at if you're listening to the podcast
It's a black and white, like 1970s, Japanese version of a British bike, like an old BSA.
Yeah, beautiful. You got the dual shocks out back,
Pea shooter exhaust.
chrome pipe that runs along the side. You got the old school chrome spoke wheels, lots of chrome on the headlight bezel, and old school analog gauges. It's a beautiful bike, W230, hopefully pretty affordable, and yeah, really, really cool.
And if you guys want to not listen to this, but actually watch this video, because I understand that, walking along with us and, having us describe things, that's a Sony car.
We got to talk about it.
Oh, I don't know, a Fila.
The Afila, so Sony and Honda have come together to create their...
Old news, Tommy. I did a video on this from CES last year.
Yeah, but look at it, it's beautiful.
It's got a camera in the front that shows, not a camera, a screen in the front that actually shows movies. So if you want to watch Spider-Man in a tiny screen in the front of a car, you can.
Yeah. Look, it's got a screen in the front that shows movies.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
Look at that, you can watch a movie on the front of your car.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Look at that.
You can play Fortnite on the front of your, wow.
So now you can go in your garage and watch your movies on the nose of your car, huh?
So the Sony car thing doesn't get you excited, huh?
No.
Why not?
Oh, it's just been like, either build it or don't. You know what I mean? It's been around for a while now, and at this point, it's getting old.
So Honda has a lot of folks kind of wheeling around in these weird electric pod things.
Yeah.
But this is now the mobility show, not just the auto show. So there's been a big push toward like micro mobility, the last mile kind of things. Look at this guy. He's wheeling around in a motorized bar stool. It's probably $1 million motorized bar
Let's
stool.
show them the Moto Compacto, which is probably the coolest thing here.
Now this is
in this part of the Honda display.
This is coming to the U.S. officially. Case just went out to ride this.
Yeah.
What you're looking at here is a little suitcase-sized motorcycle.
Yeah, we have the original one actually. Either Case or Alex has the original one, and basically the idea was, you have a little suitcase you keep in your car, so it's for the last mile. So when you go park the car, you can jump on this little scooter and then ride it to work or play or wherever you're going.
It's really a beautiful piece of design, though. It's this elegant little cube. The wheels fold out of it. The seat rises out.
I don't get why you need all this. It just seems like there's a lot of.
It's design. It's beautiful.
It is.
I like that a lot. I think it's really cool. 15 mile an hour top speed. It goes like 10 miles on a charge, something like that. But yeah, last mile commuting.
You don't like the shop vac that you can ride around.
The motorized shop vac. That's not it. No, that's not
happy here. You can zip around in the shop vac.
It's not very cool. No, I don't like the motorized shop vac. But look at this, Dad. Did you know that Honda makes bicycles? Or at least the powertrains.
Yeah, a lot of car. Forget that. Come on. Let's just go over and show them the big news.
This is news.
The Prologue Elite.
So this is the new electrified Honda crossover, which is riding on
an Ultium platform that's built by GM, or that's being hopefully built by GM, because GM is really struggling with their battery tech right now.
They sure are, yeah. But this is Honda GM's crossover. Here, I'll show you the front. Coming to the U.S. market here shortly. Pretty attractive, kind of.
Oh, let's just get to the big news. Come on. This is the big news. Out of the blue, Honda popped this car on us, and for all of you fans of Honda, you will appreciate this white car. Can you guess what it is as we're walking up to it? It starts with a P and ends with a Lude.
A Lude?
Yeah, Prelude.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
That's right.
The new Prelude. I think that looks pretty much production ready to me, Tommy.
Yeah, they call it a concept, but once again, what concept has fully formed mirrors and appropriate sized wheels and tires? Yeah, so fully electric now, and that's pretty much all we know. Except it's a really good design. A little bit of Prius, a little bit
There's
of
speculation it could be front-wheel drive.
A little bit of Civic in the front end. I like that little blue streak down the nose.
Yeah, we just saw that in the Mazda in red. Now we're seeing it in blue.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So it's a really good design. This thing's got hips to her. A lot of carbon mirrors, carbon roof, big Brembo brakes hiding behind those 20-inch painted wheels. Once again, that continuous light bar. The back is really gorgeous. I don't know.
Hey, hiding back there, is that the Honda E? Is that the new version of it? I don't know much about the Honda E.
I don't know what that little red thing is. There's a lot
It's also got a scooter with it.
Hang
and
on.
a shop vac.
It's not a shop vac. Let me see if I can show you the back of the Prelude.
It's about as close as you're going to get to it.
But really, that's the angle right there. Rear 3/4. The way that kind of glass tapers to the back with the little.
I think it's going to have a
lift
trunk
spoiler.
and not a hatch.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, that's a gorgeous car.
But look over here. See, I told you.
Yeah, so this looks like the Moto Compo, Dad, was built to fit into a little car called the Honda City,
Yep.
which looked exactly like this. And then that's probably like the modern version of a Moto Compo, except now there's a Moto Compacto. I don't know what the story is, but it's a really cool little car.
You get a shop vac.
You really grilling Honda on these little scooter things.
All right, come on, let's keep going. But that's pretty cool, Tom. You have to admit that the Prelude coming back is pretty excellent, huh?
So
You want to show the Lexus?
Honda, for some reason, has brought out the Jet, the Honda Jet. Oh, that's the new Elite 2, by the way. That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
new
bigger
Honda
one.
Jet.
Yeah, I actually got to fly in the first one. You know what it's like?
What is it like?
It's like being in a flying Odyssey.
So not a great review from Dad there.
No, it's not a bad thing. I mean,
Like being in
Odysseys
a-
are comfortable.
On the Odyssey, huh?
It's a comfortable car. Come on.
So Lexus has put it upon itself to, for some reason,
Build a
build a
side-by-side.
side-by-side, like a Polaris Razor style side-by-side. No joke, but legitimately, what we're looking at here is a full-on side-by-side with a Lexus badge on the front. It's got an LED light on the front. It's got Lexus badging on the interior. I mean, what in the heck? It's got airless tires. I mean, this is pretty out of the.
Hey, come
off
on
the
over here.
wall.
Hey, Sam, say hi.
Hey.
Sam has been saying a lot of really nice things. You're on our
Roman, how you
podcast
doing?
right now, on his podcast.
hey, Tommy.
Hey, Ed.
On Wheel Bearings, so I want to thank you very much for giving us such nice shout-outs.
Well, and thanks for creating such great content that we
Oh, you're
can
the
give
best,
you
dude.
shout-outs.
Yeah, really appreciate it. If you guys haven't gone to Wheel Bearings, check it out. Him, Nicole, and Robbie are really entertaining, and I always look forward to it every Sunday, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
What do you think of the
Yeah.
the Lexus side by side, guys?
I like it.
Yeah?
You like it? Yeah.
I like the twheels.
I like the wheels.
Yeah, the wheels are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're never going to puncture one of those on Razorback or somewhere.
Yeah, the cool thing is you have a lot of suspension, so even if they are very harsh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of suspension there.
So
Yeah?
this one here, though, the RZ off-roader. What do you think of that?
I know. Hey, Tommy, you show him the RZ off-roader. KC lights, a little light bar, and look at the tires on that thing. I don't know. It seems very. It doesn't.
You've driven the RZ, right?
I have.
So that's right. You did. I think that was one of your first Roman rants.
Yeah, it was.
So
It was a grumpy Roman review.
yeah, exactly. And imagine put these tires, lift this up.
Show it to him, Tommy.
You're gonna have what? Maybe 120, 130 miles of range tops.
Yeah. Is there any off-roading even in Japan? I don't think that's a thing here, is it? Maybe somewhere.
Probably is somewhere.
Yeah, but not like
probably some
not
of the
like
rural
Western
areas.
America. Hey,
Yeah.
what do you think of all the EVs here? What the heck has happened? All of a sudden, it's raining EVs.
Well, I mean that's like pretty much other at least international auto shows. Not so much in the U.S., but I was in Munich for IAA a month ago,
Yeah,
and
the Japanese have been holding out.
that's true. But they're starting to do more. Nissan's got some interesting stuff. And, I mean, it's not all EVs. There are still a bunch of internal combustion.
The Mazda.
Yes. Oh
my God.
The Iconic SP.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
that thing is
I know.
amazing. And apparently, has pop-up headlights.
I saw them. Yeah, they're little.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
When I was over there looking at it, they weren't popped up, but that would be
They're
awesome.
popped them now.
Oh, all right.
All right, we gotta get
All right,
going.
see ya.
It's good seeing you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Have
Sam.
fun. All right, let's keep going, Tommy.
Oh, right.
We have more Lexus concepts.
Yeah, Lexus is going pretty nuts. This one looks less off-roady and more road huggy. I wish they gave them real names because I, for the life of me, can't remember any of the names of them. They call it the Wildcat or the Sabertooth, but they're all FTXX-305. And I want to go over to this booth, Dad, because this is the funniest booth here at the Japan Mobility Show, formerly the Tokyo Auto Show. So this is the Yamaha booth, right?
Yeah, they have instruments.
But what I love about it is, like, if this was the US, they'd have the Yamaha motorcycles.
Yeah.
Or you'd go to the instrument show and then they'd have the Yamaha piano. No, here, right across from Lexus, Yamaha has brought out their guitars, their pianos, their manufacturing equipment, everything, their motorcycles. So you can see a Yamaha guitar next to a Yamaha motorcycle, and that is just the greatest
Before this turns into a
comparison.
musical podcast, show them the inside of this concept Lexus, because that is crazy, dude. Look at the inside of that thing. I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
seen shag carpet that deep. And dual colored shag carpet. Can you get closer?
Yeah, you got the dark and the white
Yeah.
shag carpet.
I know. And of course the yoke again.
Yeah, the yokes are.
But this is one of those concepts, the LFZL, Tommy, that will never see light.
It's the worst name in the world.
I mean, they're not going to build this, are they?
They could name this concept car whatever they wanted, and they came up with the LF-CL.
This is going to end up in some warehouse somewhere. But you know what won't end up in a warehouse? This is the craziest minivan. Now, we're here at BYD, which is a Chinese company called Build Your Dreams. And this minivan is, oh my God.
This thing is crazy.
Yeah.
So this is the BYD Denza D9, and wait until you see the back seat of the Denza D9. I was expecting it to be typical minivan. Check this out. Full-on business class style airplane recliners with massaging seats, heated seats, ventilated seats, a camera, so you can record yourself on this gigantic screen. Get rid of that, that's a little creepy. Dual sunroofs. I mean, it's unreal. This is, of course, a Chinese automaker, but unbelievable amounts of luxury here. Sliding seats, wireless charger. This is like a Rolls Royce in a minivan.
Yeah, look at that. Doors, I think they close themselves. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
That is just wild. So, a few years ago,
Yeah.
you were in LA checking
was.
out the Coda EV.
Yeah, and now we've got, when I was in Detroit like 14 years ago, there were all these Japanese manufacturers, and Koda was the only one that actually came to America. but-
Chinese.
Chinese. And now we've got BYD Build Your Dreams here with this U8 Defender knockoff. I mean, this is crazy too, Tommy. Look at this thing.
I was going to say that a lot of the designs are completely original. This is one of the few, which I think is a little derivative. That front end is insane, though. Look at we're looking at what is essentially the new Defender design. And then in the front, we've got individual little pixels in the grille and across the headlights.
What's up with up above the windshield there? Are those like
Well, one of them's
LiDAR?
like the camera system for the
Yeah.
adaptive cruise and for the lane centering and the semi-autonomous functionality.
But let's skip the seal and let's just go right to the Dolphin, because the Dolphin is kind of probably the most interesting BYD here.
Not the seal?
No, not the seal. These are the seals. Why the Dolphin is so interesting is because it's affordable. So here in Japan, they're trying to break into kind of the electric car market, and it's going to cost, I'll tell you how much a Tesla costs here. It costs 5 million yen. This is going to cost 3 million yen, Tommy,
So
or about $20,000.
Yeah, right. And Teslas typically are going to go up from 5 million. The BZ4X and Subaru Solterra here are closer to 6 million. But this is the BYD Dolphin.
It's getting a lot of play here. I mean, a lot of people are here looking at this thing.
It is. It's been out in China for a couple of years, but it's brand new to the Japanese market. And it is an affordable, small EV. They're saying, predicting about 400 kilometers of range, right around 250 miles, 0 to 60 in 7 seconds for under $20,000.
Yeah, we just bought the Candy K27, right? And that's not the kind of electric vehicle that this is, right? This is much more premium. It really is kind of the Chinese flexing their automotive muscle, showing what they can do in electric small cars that are affordable. And would you buy this for 20K, Tommy? There you go, nice work.
You know, Dad, I totally
Right out of
would.
Fisker, or did Fisker copy BYD?
For 20K, this is a lot of car. If it really goes 400 kilometers, 250 miles.
And we don't know charging rate. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. We don't know 0 to 60.
We do, 7 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, adaptive cruise, lane centering, heated seats, power seats, all for 20 grand. And actually the build quality really seems pretty good. Lots of cool lighting, good sized trunk back
Look at
here.
that, build your dreams. That is really,
Manual lift gate. I was getting too greedy. But look, I mean, the Chinese automakers, when the Candy came out,
Yeah.
were building some of the worst cars on the market. And now, fast forward a few years, and they're building some really innovative designs that are pushing the forefront of affordability, range, and quality.
yeah, my question for all of you guys watching this or listening to it is, don't be like, hey, I won't buy a Chinese car, yada, yada. If you could go and pick up a high quality $20,000 Chinese car that got, let's say, 300 mile of range, would you buy it?
So Suzuki is here with the new Swift, which is a little car we don't get in the States, but they have one of my favorite cars on display over here,
Well,
which is,
let's show the Delicas first
Well,
before we get to the...
we'll come back, but it's
All right.
right here.
All right, you
The
wanna show
Delicas
the-
are going to be a
I
process.
know, but people know the Suzuki Jimny.
But not everybody in the U.S. knows about the Jimny, and I am starting a petition to get this stateside because this is a compact, small, little
I
off-roader.
kind of like the SX 250 better in some ways, actually.
No, the Jimny has solid axles, Dad.
V-Strom, Tom. It's a V-Strom.
A low-range transfer case, 5-speed manual. I mean, this thing is rad. $30,000. It's
They sell
compact.
it in Mexico.
We have 1.5-liter four-cylinder, 100 horsepower. But this is what we need in the U.S. More affordable off-roaders.
Look, I'm not opposed to a micro Wrangler, which this reminds me of a lot, but I got a feeling that this might be one of those cars that's better seen than driven.
Why?
It just might be a little anemic and a little, look, it needs a lift, it needs more aggressive tires, it needs a winch, it needs a bumper,
It's
it needs
perfect.
a lot.
It's perfect as it is. Now, Mitsubishi over here.
Oh, that's perfect. That Delica Mini, now that's pretty perfect, Tommy.
So here in Japan, they have a classification of car called the K car, which I think is short for Kaijai Doja, but it's essentially a very small class of car with low horsepower engines that save you a lot of money on tax and parking registration and that kind of thing. And this is the Delica Mini, which is a tiny all-wheel drive adventure van with the cutest 2-inch mud flaps. I mean, I've never seen anything cuter than that.
I love this car. You know, I think we're missing out by not having these K cars. I know the Delica has become a cult favorite in America. They're 25 years or older now, so a lot of people are importing them. They're going for a lot of money, like 15,000 or more for one with serious miles. But look how much room there is back there. Oh my God, it's a little box.
What's amazing is that the footprint of this is about the size of a Mini.
Yeah.
But you have seriously 2.5 feet of legroom in the back seat. I mean, it is one of the best packaged vehicles on the market. And if you want something with a little bit more capability, this is the full-size Delica. This one's all wrapped up in Delica gear. But this is I think it's a diesel-powered, in this case, all-wheel drive adventure van.
Yeah, with the Rally Art, of course, livery on it. I love the big old knobby tires. This is a 3-row, Tommy, so you could put a lot of people in it.
Yeah, this is a good-sized van, actually. It's got a lot of space, got a lot of clearance. And then that is a preview of what we're going to see over here.
The Triton.
So Mitsubishi in the U.S., let's be honest.
You want to see the new Delica? It's right there.
That's not the new Delica. It's
Well,
the
it's
new,
a DX concept, but that could be the new Delica.
once again, with the naming thing. Yeah, what we're looking at here is it looks like a moon lander on big, poofy marshmallow tires and weird LED lights everywhere.
You don't like it?
Well, the concepts, Dad.
Look how tall that is. That will not fit in anybody's garage.
The concepts don't get me super excited because unless you can go out and buy them.
It's like 15 feet tall? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
that's silly. But this is not silly. So,
Yeah, let's show them this truck.
right, in the US, the Mitsubishi lineup is pretty scant. You've got the Outlander, Outlander Sport, Eclipse Cross. But this is cool.
Remember the Diamante?
I do not, because that was like
Before your time?
it was 13 years before I was born. But this is the Mitsubishi Triton, which is a brand new truck they just redid.
Yeah.
And it's
Kind of based on the Frontier.
yeah, it was built in collaboration with Nissan.
This one is a diesel, Tommy.
Yeah, 2.4 liter diesel, 201 horsepower. But look, I mean, really, some Nissan part sharing, like with that screen, steering wheel's pretty similar to the Nissan truck, same with the gauges. But I really like the design of the Mitsubishi more, especially in the front with kind of this iconic Mitsubishi design language with that inverted C, the egg crate grille. I mean, it's a good looking truck.
Want to show them the bed? You want to show them the business end of it?
500 kilograms of capacity is what the sticker says, which is, what, over 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, they're into deep beds here. Look how deep this bed is.
Deep bed, you got a composite liner in
Yeah,
there.
but there's nothing like, not even dampened. Look, I could let this slam, but I won't. I
Oh.
mean, come on, guys. You can do better.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, it's basic, Dad.
Look at this. I like that. 500 kilograms.
GSR.
Yeah.
But Dad, here's the thing, right? So based on the Frontier,
Yeah.
the Frontier has been federalized. How hard would it be to get this?
It would be very hard because Nissan would be like, don't you dare compete with our Frontier with your Mitsubishi, because how would you separate the two?
Well, Toyota and Subaru do it with the BRZ and the
Do they? Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
GR86 and BRZ. They're
mean-
the same car.
No, I know they do it, but do they? Is it actually working for them?
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I think it does because they did it again on the BZ4X
Hey.
and Solterra.
There's something here that we're getting at the BMW stand, and that is the new 2024, and this is production ready, Tommy. X2. Now, I was at the launch of the previous one. The difference, of course, between the X1 and the X2 is that this has got that sloping back end.
Right, yeah, so X2, it's all new for 2024. Second gen, as you mentioned, very vertical front end, got a huge kidney grille, very angular headlights. This is the M235 version with over 310 horsepower, 0 to 65 seconds. And it's a much better looking car than the outgoing one, I think. Especially the back end on this M235, you got this aggressive lip spoiler, and then you got these enormous quad exhaust, which is a little overkill for a 4-cylinder.
The problem with this is, you know what the problem with this is?
The price is going to be too expensive.
Well, yeah, the other problem with it is the Tesla Model Y performance. It'll kill it in a straight line.
Well, sure, but what happens
will.
if you have to go
Around a turn?
280 miles?
Or on a road trip?
Exactly.
All right, well, let's show them the electric version because there is an electric version. And as we do that, we're going to walk by the new BMW Neue Klasse, which is their new design language look at basically a sedan. What do you think of this, Tom? You like it?
It's
Pretty
better.
radical, huh?
I mean, I have to say, it's better than some of the stuff they're currently doing. Here, I'll show you on the front of
They
it.
got rid of a lot of that huge kidney grille, and they've incorporated the lights into the kidney grille. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's much more airy than the
Neue
current
Klasse,
ones.
sorry. forget the E.
Yeah, the Neue Klasse.
Yeah, the new class.
I think it's much more area, especially the interior look. Those people look like they're in a little fishbowl. So lots of glass, which I love.
You know how hot that's going to get in there.
Well, hopefully they have a shade. Yeah, they're going to have to put a shade in
Many
it.
shades. And I brought us over here because of this, which is the electric version of the X2.
Yeah, check it out. This is the iX2, electrified, same basic idea as the X2, but with the battery electric architecture.
I gotta say, I like that purple matte paint better.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Candy Apple Red. This, not so much.
There's a guy over there who I accidentally spilled ketchup on his $13 shoes, $1,300 shoes.
When was this?
It was a while ago at a program. I felt terrible.
Oh, gee.
I offered to pay to get him dry clean, but he turned me down, but it wasn't the best.
This is our first time actually coming over here to the Nissan booth, and they've unveiled a whole bunch of different concepts, all electric.
What the hell is this?
Hey, here's a shortcut. If you see those little camera mirrors, it'll never get made.
Well,
it looks like a Subaru designer to this one, Tommy.
The carbon wheels are really a popular thing here. So this really rolls off this really rolls off the tongue. This is the Nissan ASSBE
Capital E, sorry.
4
A.
Ors, or ASPE. I wouldn't know if I would put my word ass on the side of a
You
car.
think it's like the next GTR?
Well, certainly on the back it looks
what
like
the-
it.
Oh, look at that thing, Tommy. Look at the doors. This is the doors on the white car.
Nissan's a little far out here, I think, on
Yeah,
some of
I
their
like how they
concepts.
incorporated the pyramid into the wheel.
Now here is something you could drive today, Dad. This is, I don't actually know what this is. I think this is the cheapest electric car in Japan. This is the Nissan Sakura. It's a K car, which is small.
Sorry, my pants are riding up the wrong way.
This is a small electric vehicle sold
Yeah.
in Japan. That's all I have to say about the Sakura. But it's,
Went over up on my pants?
no, I don't want to know about your pants.
It's been a long day. We're jet lagged. I'm tired.
I like this two-tone leaf. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You believe that they're still building this? I'm sorry. I'm getting a little undiplomatic here. Well, come on. The Leaf has been around. You know that New York Detroit Auto Show I was at in 2009 where they had all those Chinese cars? The Leaf was there.
Sure.
And it hasn't changed much.
Well, it's been a new generation of Leaf. But yeah, I mean, the Aria is here too, which is Nissan's replacement to the Leaf. Okay, we got one last bit of haul to see. So here at the Japan Mobility Show,
There are no garbage cans.
yeah, there are literally no garbage cans.
Yeah, no, you.
You take your trash with you.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also a distinct lack of Korean manufacturers, no American manufacturers,
Nope.
no Volkswagen. Mercedes is here. We saw Mercedes.
Yeah, BMW is here. No Audi, no Porsche.
No Audi, no Porsche, no. I mean, it's basically a Japan-centric show, which makes sense. But when you go to Detroit, you still have Toyota and those
Hey,
manufacturers.
Fuso, that's big trucks.
Yeah, Mitsubishi Fuso, exactly right. Isuzu. These are the large truck section. We've got a lot of hydrogen here in Japan. Like that Hino is a hydrogen fuel
here's
cell.
the thing. Japan doesn't really have any like oil of its own, right? So for them, hydrogen is a good
'cause
resource.
you can make it.
Because they're an island, right? 'Cause-
Yeah, and you can build it.
Yeah, because they
or
live
manufacture it.
in the middle of water, which is what hydrogen is. When
So
you break it down.
yeah, and
H2O.
they're really pushing hydrogen here. You can refuel hydrogen cars across Japan, unlike a lot of the
Hi, guys.
U.S. States. So here we got another Japanese manufacturer, Daihatsu.
I feel underdressed, Tommy. I think I should have worn a suit.
Oh yeah, you should see what I'm wearing.
I can show them here.
No, that's okay.
You're wearing your all TFL shirt.
I know, but it's been thoroughly sweat through at this point. I've
Yeah.
walked probably 6 miles today.
Oh, more than that. Oh, much more than that. I think we're at 25,000 steps now. So we've been here all day. This is kind of the end of the day. The show's winding down. So let's finish off here with these last few cars. We're at the Daihatsu stand, and they've got two really cool concept cars that I really like.
Now Daihatsu is owned by Toyota, and they make more of those little K
Remember the
vehicles.
Rocky we stole?
Yeah, but they make primarily these K vehicles, these really small, compact
Well,
delivery
let's start
vans.
with this one here. The Koppen, how do you pronounce that?
Koppen?
Koppen.
Yeah.
So it's this really cool little convertible, and they actually rolled out a brand new one.
Right. The Koppen has been around since the late 90s, early 2000s. If you're a fan of Gran Turismo 4, you've probably driven a Koppen.
Look at this little guy, Tommy. That's pretty cool. Look at this little Bev.
Yeah,
This is everything you need, nothing you don't. This is so cute.
once again, battery electric.
Yeah, it's
This
a
is
little.
the one I got yelled at for opening, Dad.
Oh well, then they're gonna yell at us again. I opened it. This is a little tiny van. It's so cute.
Yep, continuing with the K theme, battery electric. But yeah, the Copen is a small K sports car, 60 horsepower in this model, 659 cc's.
Cool. Daihatsu is really, if you look, leaning into their heritage here.
Yeah, they got a pretty long lineage, of course, now owned by Toyota. But this is the one I love, Dad. This is the Daihatsu Osanpo, which is a concept car, but it's an off-road roadster. Tiny little thing. I think it's fully electric. Got off-road Kumo tires on there. Got a little bit of a lift kit. It kind of looks like a retro 1960s beach buggy. Oh man, that is so cool.
Well, we know it's a concept because I don't think it has a roof.
Yeah, I don't think it has a roof, but it's fantastic. Wouldn't you buy one of those?
Yeah, I would buy. You know what that reminds me a little bit of? Like the Mini Moke.
Yeah, kind of the
A little
same
bit,
vibe.
a little bit of Mini Moke vibe. All right, well, show them the new Copen, which is really cool. Now, I'm not sure if this is electric or not. I want to say it may not be, maybe 1.3 liter, but look at the interior of this car. It is so cool.
So this is a larger than the one we were looking at. It's no longer a K vehicle.
It's the Vision Copen.
Yeah, but look at that inside. I think this is coming into production. So it's got kind of a 2-screen setup with these futuristic speakers there mounted in the dashboard.
I gotta say, I usually don't like, like when interiors are too black, but that is a really nice interior. That is beautifully done. Are those speakers those little like crosses, like gun hairs?
Or vents. It could be vents too.
Yeah.
But deep set bucket seats in there, much bigger than the old Copen, but a really cool MX-5 competitor in an open top roadster.
Show them the front, would you?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Toyota doesn't really build a MX-5 competitor, a Miata competitor, but because they have a large share in Daihatsu, this would be kind of their MX-5 Miata competitor, which is really cool. Vision Copen, that's a gorgeous little car, never coming to the States.
No,
Yeah.
never coming to the States, unfortunately.
And lastly, I want to show off a couple other things here at
Hey,
Toyota.
we're back at Toyota. We did a whole walk around of these 2 halls. Now, there are 4 other halls, which we're not going to get to today, unfortunately, because they're very far away.
Yeah, and there's not too much to show in there. It's a lot of like industry
So what is this thing we're looking at?
part suppliers.
This like coffee machine truck.
Well, this is a really cool idea. So this is the Toyota Ranga concept. Now, Toyota is looking at building this vehicle as a modular, affordable way to get countries and businesses off the ground. So you buy it like a chassis cab. Let me show you the front end of this. Super blocky, squared off. It's supposed to be very utilitarian and affordable, kind of like a 70 series Land Cruiser, which they don't have here, but very basic, and then you outfit it with whatever you want. Now this one's got a little coffee bar in the back. This one over here though, this is just a chassis cab. This is an electric one on the IMVO architecture, the IMVO platform. And I just think it's such a good idea. I'd love to have a super cheap, stripped down truck. In the US, imagine 25, 30 grand with a flatbed on the back and Toyota reliability. Sign me up. That would be incredible. Look how cool that is. You're not interested, Dad?
Yeah, it's. I'm more interested in seeing the back end of that. Did you say it was going to be an MR2 competitor?
Well,
MR2?
potentially.
Yeah.
I already forgot the name. FTSM, FM, SM, FMT. I forgot. But in theory, it's the upcoming MR2 concept. So I think we did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it in what, 45 minutes? We gave you an express walk around of the Japan Mobility Show, and I am exhausted, Tommy. Like I said, we've done videos on a lot of these cars, so if you want to go over to alltfl.com, be sure to go check that out if you want like an up-close view of some of this. What is your favorite car here?
Well, I think for me, Dad, it's got to be that Toyota truck that we started with.
Yeah.
I really think that it could happen. It looks like it's production oriented, if not production ready. So that's the one that got me excited, the electric Toyota truck, Maverick / Rivian competitor. We haven't decided yet.
I got to tell you, I got 2 favorites. I love the Mazda. I just worry they'll never build it, but I love that little mini Delica. The
Yeah.
Delica Mini.
The Delica Mini was really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
It's it turned out to be it's Kirk.
Hey, Kirk.
You guys are still here?
Yeah,
We're still here.
We're still here. We're
Hey,
still working.
Kirk, we're recording a podcast. You want to go to the
I got it.
podcast?
Okay, mic me up. What's up?
You're mic'd up.
Favorite car of the show?
The Mazda, the
Let's
the
tell the
coupe.
channel first so people know.
Oh yeah. It's Kirk Kreifels, or just type in Kirk Cars at YouTube. You'll find me.
He does a lot of Japanese.
Well, yeah, it's perfect. You know, this has been a childhood dream of mine to come to the Japan Mobility, Tokyo Motor Show, whatever you want to call it, and the reality is here. It's
All
great.
right, so what's your favorite?
Yeah, the Mazda. But you know, the Delica, the Mitsubishi Delica concept really surprised me too.
I said that too, yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Oh, you mean the big tall one?
Yeah, the big tall
The
off-roading
Moonlander.
truck. Yeah, that thing was cool.
You want to be on our podcast really quick?
What about David?
Yeah, of
Hey,
course. Yeah.
just say your name and your channel.
David Chow, Automotive Press.
Now, David has been all over Toyota like flies on you know what, so he comes to the show every year. So what is your favorite vehicle here?
My favorite car. That's a good question. I think the Mazda concept.
Oh, it's
The
beautiful.
Mazda.
Did you say the same thing?
It's too good.
Even though
It's so
obviously
beautiful.
there's lots of interesting things on Toyota side, the Mazda one is most likely to come true, first of all. And then I spoke to the president of Mazda just about an hour ago, and while he couldn't like actually say that it's going to happen, he kind of said, why would we create this and not create something in the future? So I think that's a pretty good telltale sign that's going to happen.
What's your YouTube channel?
Automotive Press.
Yeah. And you can tell he's Canadian because it's Mazda.
Yes, I should say.
What do you think of the truck up there?
Well, the
EPU.
Yeah, well, both the truck and the electric Land Cruiser, unfortunately, is not body on the frame. So I asked Simon Humphreys earlier that, hey, you know, it's a Land Cruiser, it's a pickup truck, but neither is body on the frame. I said I'm a little bit disappointed with that, but he said this is a new era of trucks and SUV that still convey the message of off-roading capability, but in a new type of body. So I guess just the way it is. I don't know. I'm not sure if it'll do well, but it looks very different from anything else from Toyota, right?
Yeah.
So the design, language, the philosophy is different. This one doesn't even look like a Land Cruiser.
Well, the EPU was designed by Kelty, so
Oh,
it's,
yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
American.
Very American,
Yeah,
yeah.
very American, and it's
Yeah.
kind of mid-gauge. You see that?
Yeah, I haven't gone and looked at it yet
Yeah.
carefully, but
Yeah. So I mean, it could slot underneath a Tacoma. It's
Very possible.
It's very possible. Yeah.
yeah, I'm hearing rumors that's going to happen, right? Unitized body electric truck. So I think it's just a matter of time.
I think if they can keep that under, I'm going to go big here. Let's say in the 50 range, then I think they would do well. Like, because Rivian is 72, right, at its
Right.
base, and now you could get that maybe at 50, 60,000. I think people will go for it.
I think so. You probably sell really well, just like the Ford Maverick, right?
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
gentlemen.
guys.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show.
See ya. Yeah, it's
See
good
ya.
seeing you guys.
Gentlemen,
Safe
Thank
travels.
You. Thank you.
I watch all of you guys.
Oh, thanks.
I watch you guys.
Oh, thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
We got-
Design for Nissan.
Yes.
Oh, head
of
up
course.
Nissan. Oh, my. Oh, my.
I watched him. You need to interview him. Go
No,
interview
no,
him.
I'm not going to go interview him. I just kind of talked about his concept, so I feel bad now. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Head on over to All TFL if you want to see individual videos. And Tommy, I think it's time to go home.
Yeah, let's go home. It was exhausting.
I'm tired, dude. And my back hurts. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.